Communication. That is why we are all here, to learn to be better communicators. And at Toastmasters, we do a wonderful job. We prepare speeches. We practice speeches. We present speeches. We evaluate those speeches. We do impromptu speeches. And we even do speeches about how to make better speeches. And that's appropriate because words have power. They have the power to hurt and the power to heal. They have the power to hinder and the power to help. But the second those words are out of my lips, they are nothing more than mumbles in the mist, dust in the wind. For words to have permanence, they must be written down. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. The written word, specifically the humble newsletter. And I want to make 3 points about it. First, it's important for your club. Second, it's important for you to learn. And third, it's easy. It is so easy to make one. First, it's important for your club. It does 2 things for your club. First of all, it gives you a way to share information in an accurate fashion. And secondly, it gives your club a documentation, a history of where it's been. For sharing information, it's accurate. If there's a barbecue or a contest, is it at 7 o'clock on the 9th or is it at 9 o'clock on the 7th? You put it in the newsletter and everybody knows. For a history, for a documentation, you could go back to earlier newsletters and go, June of last year, how many speakers did we have? How many members did the club have? How healthy were we? So it gives us accurate information and it gives us a history. The second point I want to make about the newsletter, it's important for you to learn. Once you make a couple of newsletters and you get the experience and gain the confidence of making a newsletter, you will become a better communicator. You will become more valuable to whatever organization you belong to, whether it be a Toastmasters club, a church group, or some business association you belong to. If you can be the one to stand up and say, me, I can do it. I can make a newsletter and get our word out to our members. You will be more valuable for your organization. And thirdly, and if you only remember one thing, a newsletter is easy. If you were buying a car or a bicycle, you would not try and invent the wheel. And it's the same thing with a newsletter. Don't try and make one from scratch. Simply download the template we have on our website and fill in the blanks. Now you all have the handout, and I want to go through it, but not all of it. Section number 1. The banner. You don't need to touch that. The banner is the banner, unless you're using it for another organization, like a softball league. Then you'll have to change it. Blank number 2, the date. Simple enough, fill in the date, and there's a gentle reminder there to save this as a PDF when you're finished. Section 3, upcoming event, the highlighted area. Just type in your event, whether it's a barbecue, a contest, an open house, and the details. And below it, in 3B, throw in a picture that goes with that upcoming event. If it's a barbecue, just throw in a picture of a barbecue or an election poster if it's an election. And now we go to section 4, your main news article. And for this could be your club party, it could be your open house, it could be your contest. Make this easy for yourself. Throw in 2 pictures, some captions, and you're done. And I want to mention a word about pictures. Don't go to all the work of taking the pictures yourself. Just email the club and people will send you the pictures. You want to make this easy for yourself. The less work, the better. And now you have finished page 1 of your newsletter. Now we're going to page 2. And I want to emphasize this to you. Keep your newsletter to 2 pages. Make it easy for yourself. Make it easy for the readers. Nobody wants to read an 8-page manifesto by anybody. Keep it nice and simple. Go to section 5A, new members. Throw in a couple pictures of new members. And if you have room, a little bio. What are their hobbies? What are their interests? Why did they join? Section 6, this is the club status. This is the one place you might need some help. You might need to talk to your club president, your club secretary, or your VP of education and find out how many speeches did we do in the month? How many guests did we have? But this is important because this adds to the club record. You can go back 5 years later and go, oh, we used to have 20 members and we used to have 5 guests per meeting. This is important for the long term. I'm not going to go through the rest of the blanks. It's simple. fill in the blank and throw in some pictures. I want to finish by reminding you 3 things about the newsletter. First of all, it's important for the club. All strong clubs have a newsletter. Secondly, it's important for you. You will become a more valuable member to your club or to any organization you belong to if you can create a newsletter. And by doing 2 or 3, you will gain the experience which will give you the confidence to do them. And thirdly, if you only remember one thing, it's easy. All you need to do is fill in the blanks on our downloaded template. Now this year coming up, we're going to have many months. We might have 9, 10, 11, possibly 12 months this year. And I invite you to take your hand at it and do a newsletter. And join us on the journey to becoming a better communicator.